Hello, mindless. Welcome to another episode of the Golden Phoenix Podcast. This is your host, Golden Phoenix, or just GP. And yeah, we are going to go over today the first off, continuing this zombie story of Mary and Lisa from last time, and I'm going to talk about something more more different. I don't really get, I guess, political, but I don't know. It's whatever. you know. If you want to comment it, don't. If you do, it's whatever. We're going to talk about the gun problem in America and a possible solution that I have. Hopefully, what I'm saying, it works out on both sides. If not, I don't care. Whatever. Tell me what you think in the comments or tweet me or whatever. Um, and another thing we're going to be talking about is making superhero games. Yeah, superhero games are weird to make because they just don't portray the character and how it is because of the medium. Because video games as a whole just sometimes don't translate well. Well, don't hold the yeah, they don't translate well for comics. And but like video games like the Arkham Knight has done very well. Um but for this video, I'll be talking about kind of more or less how to make like a Superman game. I will be getting points from another YouTube video, a YouTuber that I've been watching recently. It's called the Degenerate J, and I'll put a link for him down in the description. Um, uh, and kind of taking points from the comments that I read, and they kind of made up some pretty good points about how a Superman game should go down. So yeah, but before we get into that, first we're gonna do like I said, the gun problem in America. I think I got a solution for it. Hopefully, it works out. But before I jump into that, let's jump to commercial. Tired of washing dishes for the sixth night in a row during this quarantine? Well, say no more, cause Santiago Chicken has you covered with our touchless delivery, which we don't know how is touchless, even though we did touch the food before we put in the package. But that's beside the point. With our new touchless delivery, you can get fresh, hot meals straight to your door without the mess of all those dirty dishes. So order now. And if you mention this ad, you get a 15% off discount off your next two orders. Remember that Santiago Chicken Delivery. We got you covered this dinner. All right, we are back. Yeah, so I don't know. I had these thoughts for a while, and every time I see it like pop up in my feed, especially like on Facebook, I have a few gun fans, I guess you'll say. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a part of me, a part of me is like, sorry, a part of me is like, yeah, I understand the whole, gun debate and all that shit. I understand that. Um, Yeah, because a lot of shit's been going on. You know what I'm saying? People out here getting shot, schools getting shot up, movies getting shot up, everywhere is getting shot up. And people are like, "Oh, we need more strict laws on guns," And it's just like I was listening to this Dave Chappelle sketch. It was like, you're not gonna solve the poor white people problem of America because they love their fucking guns. All right, they love their fucking guns. I don't think you can. I honestly don't think you're gonna be able to pry the guns out their hands. You know what I'm saying? I honestly don't think you are. And so, kind of to combat that, and they say that the problem, and the gun people are saying that the problem with the school shooting is the fact that they have all these restrictions with the guns, that they're all like, oh, you're stupid for thinking that a criminal would obey a gun free zone sign. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, so my solution is this. We have we don't have gun free zones. If you feel like you need to bring a gun to school or well, I don't want to say school, like I don't want to say like kids, but if you're an adult and you're a teacher, you know, feel like you need to bring a gun to school for your protection or to the grocery store, post office, anywhere, do it. And I'm saying this for federally, like just nationwide. If you feel like you need to bring a gun somewhere, fucking do it. Like fucking do it, bro. You know, and I know what people think like, what? That's irresponsible. There's gonna be even more shooting. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, because what I'm gonna do is two things. One, I'm gonna allow the gun people to prove that is not people. I mean, that is not the guns. That is people. So, if a school shooting happens and there's guns allowed, that means the good person with the gun should be able to stop that school shooting or the whatever shooting wherever it's at, because everybody's allowed a gun now, and everybody's allowed a gun everywhere now, so you don't have to worry about it. So let the gun people prove themselves. It's not like and my thing is, what would it matter? We're not saving lives by trying to restrict them. Honestly, honestly, the problem's been going on for years, for decades at this point. So it's like, what do? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna hurt. Honestly, I don't feel it's gonna hurt. We're already putting lives in danger by trying to have these restrictions in place in the first place. So get rid of them and see what happens. I mean, we're already gambling with human lives at this point. So what's honestly, it sounds like it sounds like a dumb idea, but what's a few more? Honestly, at this point, we're since we're arguing and gambling back and forth, like, oh, we need more restrictions, blah blah this, blah blah blah, and everybody's all like, no, you know, it's people, not the guns. You know, if you just let us have guns, we could protect you guys. And it's just like, okay, fine, do it. Everybody can have a gun anywhere they want, as long as you're a law-abiding citizen. Here's where my restrictions are going to come in place. One, you need to be registered. Every gun owner needs to be registered. If you own a gun, you need to be registered with your local law enforcement. Every gun you have needs to be registered with your local law enforcement. Every time you make a purchase for ammo, it would be sent to your little gun profile that you have. You're going to register and you're going to create a gun profile. And it's going to have you have your whatever CCW, CPL, or whatever registration, you know, that you need to say, hey, I am responsible. If you're such a good guy with the gun, you will be responsible and you will register every firearm. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, how are you going to ensure that everybody does that? It's impossible. Can't. You know what I'm saying? Name of the game. Integrity. You know, just gotta. I'm not saying I trust the American people for integrity. I'm just saying that if you're a good person with the gun, you will obey the law. If you're not, and if you're caught, all right, and if you're caught with the gun that you haven't registered, well, then that's jail time. That's automatic jail time. No, oh no, warning, no, fine, no, fuck that, it's jail time. Jail. And there is no option for paying. You are going to jail. Now, for how long? I don't know. Like what, 90 days? A month? 60? There's somewhere between 30 and 90 days, honestly. I guess, what, 30 for every gun? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're one of those gun nuts that have like 12 different guns and, all 12 aren't registered, you're going to jail for a year, buddy. Just because you weren't responsible. So, you know what? Yeah, I honestly like that. So, if you're not registered and you get caught, that's 30 days for every gun that's not registered. Even if you do have your CCW or CPL or whatever you need. You know what I'm saying? So I think that works out. I'm not saying people are going to do it. You know, I'm not saying it's foolproof. It's not. Nothing is foolproof. People go around the systems. People find loopholes. People have been finding loopholes ever since there have been systems for for there to be loopholed. So yeah, it's not going to be foolproof. I'm not expecting it to be, but with these guidelines in place of what needs to happen federally all around the board for every single state, well, what I'm saying will be guidelines for every single state. What needs to happen. And this is what will happen. You will register. Excuse me. You will have your CPL. You will, register at your local law enforcement. Have your CPL. They will both be on your quote unquote gun profile. And what we will need to do is increase funds to local law enforcement to create a network, a national network of just gun registration. Like I said, there's loopholes in everything. Now, to increase, increase funds to local law enforcement to update this database and make sure everybody has the correct materials to have an online database. Every bit of law enforcement has an online database. Is compatible with that. Also, if you buy something, I'm saying this as a non-gun owner. I have no idea how this works. So if most of these steps are pretty much basic, forgive me. I didn't do any research. I'm not really trying to. I'm just saying what I think would be better than this weird stalemate that we have going on of, you can't take away my guns, and it's like, but people are getting shot. That's reality. So yeah. So don't fucking look at me like I'm fucking retarded just because I said something that to you seems redundant. So please correct me in the comments. But yeah, if you buy a gun, you need to be registered. If you're not registered within 60 days of buying a gun, because it will be on record of, hey, this person bought it. And I guess it'll be within the system, like send out an alert. Like, hey, this person, yeah. It'll have little alerts in the Walmart system or whatever, and Walmart will send out an alert like, hey, this person so and so and so and so, because when you buy a gun, you're gonna show them your license or ID or whatever, and license or ID or whatever, and that's gonna go into the system, and it's gonna be a timer. As soon as the transaction is complete, it's gonna go into the system, and it's going to be like a timer and as soon as that timer of 60 days is up, now within those 60 days, you need to have your CPL if you don't already have it, and registration, and be registered to the local law enforcement, whatever precinct, I don't know, sheriff's office, whatever. It needs to be documented. And after the initial registration You would go to you would go to if you wanted to buy another gun, all you basically have to do is go to your gun shop, be like, hey, this is my registration or my license or whatever. They bloop scan your license and be like, oh, you have a profile, blah blah blah. Um, you have a profile. You're gonna add this and this and this to it, and boom. Be like, oh, I'm buying another rifle. Bam, buy another rifle. As updated in their system that you bought it from them at this time, on this day. That's all going to be recorded, which is going to update the local law enforcement system of, hey, this person bought this gun at this time, and it's all recorded. No, like, well, I think so. I got to find a receipt. Nope. All you got to do is type in the name, the registration number, bam. Simple. Now, the whole logistics of getting the system to work and blah, 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 there's going to be loopholes. There's going to be fucked up shit. And, I mean, what are you going to do? you gotta start somewhere. You gotta crack some eggs and make them fucking omelet. So let's crack some eggs, guys. Um, yeah, that's basically it, though. Once you register, everybody needs to register every single gun that you have. So if you got 12, 20 guns, you need to register all 12, 20 guns to your local law enforcement. Say, hey, I'm John Smith. I have 20 fucking guns. And so, this is what I got. And most people would be like, well, I don't want the government to know what I got. I'm like, well, you say guns save lives. So prove that you're a good citizen and not a bad. So prove that it's the people and not the gun. You're restricting, like, ain't nobody restricting what you need to buy, what you're doing. No. The only real thing is, for me, it would be really to encourage people, honestly. And this is just right now, not even with any laws, that I would be trying to push. Encourage people to fucking talk to your kids about gun safety. Like, don't just be like, hey, don't touch, and then that's it. Like, that's the stupidest thing ever. We try, like, literally, we got grown ass adults fucking bitching that they have to stay inside for their own safety, and they're going outside and bitching anyways. Well, you know what I meant. Tell people to stay inside. What do? They go outside and bitch. So yeah, telling your kid, hey, don't touch, ain't gonna work. You need to explain to them what the fuck a weapon does, what it does. You know what I'm saying? What it is, what it does, what it can do. You know what I'm saying? If you wanna show them pictures of, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? That can happen to your finger, your body. You know what I'm saying? You could kill someone. Give them the gritty details. Don't try to pussyfoot around the situation just because it's your kid and you want to protect them. No, if you're gonna have a gun in your house, you can't. It's real. All right, that's real. Okay, so that can fuck something up. So if they can walk, honestly, if they can walk, they can probably reach your little hiding spot for your weapon, and you need to let them know. Be like, hey, this is not a toy. This is this. Tell them how to respect it. Let them, you know what I'm saying? You don't want them using it. At least let them know. At least teach them how to respect it. So I think, honestly, that needs to happen. And I think there needs to be more classes. That would be another thing that would go into this gun solution bill that I just talked about. Money going into more classes for certifications. Whether it be at your local law enforcement place or just certified professionals to teach about gun safety and how to handle a gun and the different laws, of a gun, whether it be stand your ground or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, and I honestly think there needs to be some kind of change on that too. That stand your ground law. I don't know if it needs to be. I don't know. I don't know. I have to look into that. Um, but yeah, if you remember, this is all national. This is going on a federal level. That there needs to be more, and yeah, it's going to cost a bit of money. But as guys that got your stimulus checks, we got money, and we are allowed to give it away. You know, we literally just came up with like what is it, $2 trillion for the stimulus. So if we can come up with $2 trillion for the stimulus, then I'm pretty sure we can come up with some money to help make people safe. You know, either give them discounts for class, or give them free classes. So people aren't like, well, I have the money to go to $100, $89, $120 class, which is understandable. Like, it's understandable, but if you're going to own a gun, you gotta have certification. You got to. So that's got to be implemented. You gotta have certification. You gotta be registered with law enforcement. So I think that will help tremendously. And yeah, I know a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, there's gonna be people with guns everywhere." Well, honestly, and we need to allow open carry. I know some people are all like, "Well, if you open carry, the criminal's going to come after you first." Well, I don't know. Honestly. If you're the only one there open carrying, yes, that's a possibility. But if there's, if open carry was more common, and some dude was thinking about robbing someplace, or like a Walmart or something, and he sees like five dudes walking around, five people walking around with the fucking gun on their hip and on their back and shit, he might think twice about it. He might fucking think twice about it. Because to me, if I'm in the store and you pull out a gun to rob the cashier, the gun might not be pointed at me, but it very well soon could be. So I'm gonna shoot you, and you going down. Simple as that. I'm pretty sure you could probably go to jail for that, but honestly, I don't see the issue with that. So I think there's kind of need to be a revamp on federal level again to ensure like what is permissible to draw your weapon. Just because somebody you think is suspicious, that don't mean draw your weapon on them just because they're wearing a hoodie and walking down the street. No. That don't fly. That's not how things go. They're actual threat. They need to be an actual threat. They need to be actually threatening someone, either with their fists, like actual strikes need to be active. If they're threatening somebody with their fists, they need to be actual strikes hitting someone, or have a knife pointed at somebody, or an actual firearm. I think those are the only circumstances where you can pull a firearm and like defend yourself. Now, if they're punching you, you can pull out a gun and defend yourself. But if they're punching somebody else, don't shoot them. That just, I don't know, it feels dumb. Like I don't think you can. I don't know. Can you? Could you? Is that the same premise? I don't know. Somebody answer that in the comments. I don't think so. Because saying it's a fight. If you were the one receiving the punches, then yeah, I understand that. But if you're not receiving the punches, I don't think you could. Yeah. But if somebody's robbing somebody with at knife point, yeah, I think I'm gonna say at knife point, and at in gunpoint, I think those two should be across the board, guarantee you to be able to, you know, to be able to defend yourself from that person, or at least defend that person. And I think there needs to be a change in how people defend themselves and defend other people. But I'm not. That's kind of a sticky situation. But yeah, at the very least, people, you know, getting robbed at gunpoint, I think you should be able to pull out a gun at the person, you know, even if you're not the one getting robbed. I think you should be able to pull out the person and, you know, save that guy. You know, because that could be you. That could be you after he's done. Bam. You know, that's you. That's next. I'm not saying you have to. I'm saying you should be able to. I'm not saying you should go out there and be John Wayne. Like, haha, robber. No. Fuck no. No, that's fucking stupid. And I think that's kind of the argument of, hey, you know, some of these fuckers think they John Wayne out here, and is like, no, it's to defend yourself, not to fucking stop crime just because you think somebody looks suspicious. You know what I'm saying? And it's honestly sad that the gun is the most powerful. I don't know. I'm going off the subject. I'm about to go on a whole different subject. But yeah, though, I think that needs to be addressed. I think that definitely for sure needs to be addressed. How we defend ourselves with a weapon, along with everybody registering. Now, you know, I'm probably gonna look stupid, but you know, and like I said before, if this is already basic common shit, then, you know, forgive me. But like I said, it needs to be national for all 50 states. Like, not just, oh, you know, well, in Michigan, you know, we don't have to do it for this gun, or, you know, in California, you got to do it for every. No. It needs to be exact for every single state, and it needs to be a nationwide database. I know for some people, you know, they're like, oh, don't trust the government. I ain't doing that. You know, suck it up, bitch. You know, suck it the fuck up. I don't care. Like, suck it up. If you get to buy every gun that you know, any, you know, gun of your dreams, because you know, during what this whatever I'm implementing, you could buy any gun that you want, but it needs to be registered. And every time you buy ammunition or buy a new gun, it's gonna boop go on your little profile. Hey, you just bought this and this and this and this. You know. And it would be exactly like, you know, you go on your gun profile thing, like, oh, I just gave my nephew my, I don't know, you know, my rifle. You know, that's all you got to do. Bam, make sure your nephew's registered and got himself a, you know, proper credentials and all that shit. And be like, just make a, I don't know, swap or something. And, you know, needs to register and you know, make sure he's registered at the local police department. And so that, you know, that transaction would be available to see at your local police department. Now, is the system foolproof? Hell no. But I think it's a hell of a lot better than what we're doing right now. Honestly, I mean, what harm, or what are we, would that be causing more harm than good? I mean, honestly, would it be causing more harm than good? To me, no. Honestly, it wouldn't. Especially if we have a connected police department. Especially that, like, every police department is connected with nationwide database. That would be pretty huge to kind of upkeep, but I think it can happen. For people that, you know, say, oh, we're the greatest country on the face of the planet. I mean, we'll make it shit happen. Come on now, make shit happen. But yeah, that's all kind of all I'm gonna get on that for right now. We're gonna go to commercial, and then after that, we're gonna talk about the story of Lisa and Mary and our zombie apocalypse not love triangle, a zombie apocalypse love story, kind of, not really. Anywho, the zombie apocalypse with Lisa and Mary. Right, be right back after we pay some bills. Peace. Hi. Like the most of you guys, we're in quarantine, but here at Santiago Light Beer, we're committed more than ever to delivering you refreshing light beer. Way better than that other light beer that shall not be named. That other light beer that's dangerous. So, now that we have you convinced by Santiago Light Beer delivered right to your door, order and mention this ad, and you can get 20% off your entire order. Remember, this Santiago Light Beer. Refreshing. All right, we are back to the GP podcast. And here we are going with our zombie apocalypse story of zombie love story of Mary and Lisa. Last time we left off, Mary and Lisa were in, we're in Mary's old house, because her parents got killed through the zombies, and they had an offer from the local neighbors of that town to join their group, but Mary had turned them down. So they still formed an alliance because Mary's parents owned a farm, a vegetable farm, more or less. And the surviving group of locals were on a dairy farm, a meat farm, to be more precise. So they decided to make trades, be trading neighbors, and hopefully that would get them through the winter. Or so they thought. Dun, dun, dun. As the cold months started to pour in on this crisp October day, Mary had just got done making the final preparations and making sure that all her vegetables were ready for harvest, and making sure that she had everything right for their weekly trade of goods. This is all while all this was happening. Lisa was in the back. Lisa was in the house straightening up and making sure everything was ready, and also checking the perimeter, because the last few zombie attacks took a toll on them. Bust a few holes in the fence, so it kind of made things stressful, especially at night. They were mostly sleepless for the past few nights, making sure to keep the zombies off, and make sure that the zombies didn't get too close to the house, and patching up holes during the day. So they were pretty tired. Also, they had some tension in the other camp of locals for one of the women there just didn't like Lisa and Mary all that well. And you could tell from the passing months from the over the passing months from the underhanded comments and the slight sabotage that they had, because one of the holes in the fence didn't seem quite natural, as in it didn't seem like a zombie did it. It seemed more calculated. And there were multiple within the last week. Normally when a zombie did it, it was only about one a week, if that. And especially since it was a small town, they didn't think it would be that many zombies floating around. So that triggered something in Lisa, and it told her that something had to be up. So unfortunately, every time they made a trade, there were slight tensions, and I think with all the irritability, irritability of not sleeping and constant zombie attacks and the underhanded remarks, they just about had enough. Lisa and Mary decided that after October was over and done with, they would try to gather as after harvest season was done, they would try to gather as much supplies as they can and set out on the road. They figured, well, hell, anything would be better than what they have here. Better than being looked at sideways and having underhanded remarks. I mean, that's why Mary left in the first place. Especially after her mother outed to everyone in the town that she was gay, and it's just been constant berating nonstop. The assault of zombies pushed her past experiences of the town to the back of her mind, so she forgot. And honestly, with the whole apocalypse happening, it kind of didn't faze her. She kind of thought people would not be people anymore. But, human nature is ugly under any circumstance. So, that's where we're at today. And Mary decided to talk to Lisa after the trade. So, and since the trading was finished fourth day, Mary decided to talk to Lisa that she was going to board up the farm, hand over the cow to the local dairy farm, and then give the plot over to the local group. And they decided they were just going to be about their way. Hopefully, take Mary's dad's old car and old pickup and drive along the road and see what they get. When the time came to tell the local group, they were surprised. All in all, they were. Most of the group was surprised to see him wanting to go. Well, except for one of the ladies. Lisa and Mary knew who it was. They wasn't going to out her. They said, why? But no one knew how to take care of the farm like they did. And harvest season was over. That means winter was coming. What were they going to do for shelter? This is the safest place that they could think of. Yeah, well, it's about time to move on from all the underhanded comments. They just said But they didn't say all that. Lisa and Mary just decided to tell them that it was time for them to get on and pick up their roots and move on. They felt that they couldn't do anything more in this part of the country, and it was too strong of a memory to live in that house anymore. So, I mean, which was true. Mary's parents basically died one after another, and Mary literally died right in the front doorway. Her stain was still in the floorboards, no matter how much they tried to scrub. So yeah, they figured they just pack up and leave them bad memories behind them. Grab a map somewhere in the local stores, in one of the local stores, and head down south. Maybe it'd be better down south. They were talking with the local group, and they weren't versed in the in science completely, but they weren't dumb either. They figure that bodies should decompose in a few months and everything can come back to normal. There was some, and after all, there was some military forces on the road patrolling, taking out what few zombies that they had, and trying to force people to come back in, stay inside. So that was one argument. But Lisa and Mary figured they could drive at night. And besides, Mary knew something that the local group did not, which was that Mary's father had a cabin slightly up north. And so they figured that they travel at night. They get up to the cabin and they'd be pretty much set. So I think right there is where we're going to settle our story as of right now. But before we leave, just know right now that Mary and Lisa are traveling up north to their cabin, loaded with food for at least a week, foods that will last them for at least another month. And Mary figured she would just have to hunt the area. Of course, she did know a couple spots, a couple hunting setups up north. And around next week at about sunset, they decided to drive off into the night. And that's where we'll be leaving this story as of now. Alright, I'm back. Well, not back. Anywho, now we're going to be talking about making superhero video games. More specifically, Superman. Saw a video on this not that long ago from Degenerate J. Again, link is down in the description. So basically, everybody's all like, oh, most of the thing is that he's for most superheroes that they're too powerful, for especially characters like Superman, Flash, a lot of heroes that they're too powerful. And a lot of people, they want a Superman game. And I think a point, the point that Degenerate J was making, that there's needs to be some stakes, otherwise what's the point, and it's kind of hard It's kind of it's just kind of hard. Not exactly though, but it's kind of hard to make a Superman game because at least open world, at least because he. Well, no, actually, no, it's not. No, it's not. See, I'm thinking of just being like Superman, but you got to think about it. You're being Superman. You wouldn't want to crash through buildings and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't want to do that. So you don't have to worry about him uh being able to punch buildings and throw throw sorry and throw entire other punch through buildings and throw them at people or something. No, you don't have to do that because Superman doesn't do that. Superman wouldn't intentionally put other people's lives at risk, even though it doesn't seem like that in the comics or the cartoons. But yeah, Superman wouldn't do that. So technically, you can make the buildings indestructible, and you can make the buildings indestructible, and you could let's say you have for like his super you have all the powers, all the normal Superman powers, super strength, super speed, super breath, um uh, super breath, freeze breath, flight. If it ain't cover super strength, super strength. Other than that, any other random minor power that Superman has, we're not gonna worry about that. Laser eye beam. Anywho, yeah, um, the stakes. Honestly, you need to incorporate people that are stronger than Superman, other than trying to have them fight like goons or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, what if Superman is fighting bad guys? Nothing. Like, honestly, there wouldn't be any stakes about it other than just kind of super helping out Superman's reputation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess the only thing that will kind of be detrimental is like if you're, I don't know, I kind of don't want to say that, but I kind of do. Like, if you're nearby, that you kind of have to, like, there would be an incentive to do it because your reputation would go down if you don't. But also at the same time, I don't want it to be like, what I'm saying? Like, what if you just want to fuck around and fly around the city or some shit? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you just pass a crime, everybody's like, oh, Superman sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that'd be such a good idea. Um, hmm. I don't know about, that's the only thing about open world that's kind of like, it's like, okay, open world Superman. I thought I solved that problem, but no, I didn't. But yeah, for like power wise though, I think about power wise, I think like, okay, so Superman has, Superman can fly fast, right? Okay, so you get him up there, he's moving, and if you just kind of just push just have him fly, that's his normal speed. But then you push, like, I don't know, the R1 or right shoulder button or whatever, the top right, shoulder button. Yeah, the right shoulder button. Boom, he's automatically in super speed. And those are his Superman's two different speeds. You can't go like fucking Mach 12 or nothing. No, Superman has two speeds because if he goes any faster, he doesn't have the speed force to protect him. So he has to control and rein everything in. You know what I'm saying? And you don't even have to worry about Superman's strength. You don't have to worry about Superman's strength when fighting normal humans. All you have to do is just punch him because Superman automatically controls his punches. is automatically, I don't know, adjusted to whatever enemy you're fighting. So, you know, if you end up fighting, I don't know, Lobo, you know, he's fighting, you know, he can fight at full strength. And you're going to see that in the animation of, you know, whether it be like Shockwave or something, you know, something, you'll notice the difference. And, I, would you, maybe not fighting small criminals, but maybe a stamina meter. A stamina meter. That might work. And actually, no, you don't have to worry about Superman's reputation. No. Because, right, because we're talking about an established Superman, just like we had with Batman Arkham Knight. And for like crimes, all you have to do is kind of be like, it's basically just Superman super hearing. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, oh, hey, somebody far away is in trouble. Let's go help him. You know what I'm saying? So go help somebody far away, and bam, you got you know what I'm saying? If you hear like, you know, crime on the ground, like, hey, where's that sound coming from? And you know, bam, poof, just go towards the sound, help out or whatever. You know, you don't have to, but you know, no consequence in that, in the at least the small crimes. Now what could happen? We could expand it beyond Metropolis, though, beyond Metropolis, to have like maybe Dark Side. You could go to, like, you know, fly to another, you know, fast travel to another galaxy or whatever planet. You know what I'm saying? Or Lobo comes in, it's like, ha ha ha, the main man. You know. So boom, when you get into like a super villain battle with actuals, you know, somebody that actually can take some punches, then you have a stamina meter. Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to solve it. I thought I had it solved, and not. It's so hard though. It's so hard because I don't want to be like. It's because you gotta nerf Superman, but you can't nerf Superman. If you understand what I'm saying, like, it can be done, but because it can be done. I think what you also can do is maybe combos. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you have like yeah, com. Whew. My bad. If you have combos, I think that also could be done with that. So I think that works. Yeah, I think that could work. But I'm still not entirely sure. Oh, so confusing. Okay. So we conquered the super speed. We kind of conquered the super strength. We just don't know what makes it dangerous to be playing this game. What are the stakes to play this game? And I want to say the stamina. But no, actually, no, you can have health. Yeah, you can have health. If you're like fighting um yeah, if you're fighting like Lobo or something, or Darkseid, yeah, you can have health. Yeah, okay. So no, that's good. That's good right there. If you're fighting Lobo or something, you can have health. Or if you're fighting, you know, if you're going down to Metropolis and trying to stop a bank robbery, you don't have health. You don't need it. You know, normal human cannot stop you. You know. Um. Yeah, so if you're fighting like, yeah, if you're fighting some superhuman, you're gonna have a health bar, and then health bar gets down, boom, get knocked out, or you die or whatever. I don't know. Game over. Anywho, that's the point of that. Game over. So yeah, yeah, I think that right there would work. And if you expand Superman's mythos to other planets other than just staying in Metropolis, I think that was the kind of the thing that kind of was fucked up with a lot of these Superman games, is that they just stayed in Metropolis, and that's not Superman. Sure, he does things in Metropolis, but that's not Superman. Yeah, I think it would be the fact that he does things beyond Earth. You know what I'm saying? That will make it big. So yeah, I think that would work, especially if I think expanding his mythos would work rather than just saying Metropolis. Yeah, and it's just like so stupid. So yeah, I think that works. Now how his powers would work? I think you hmm. I think running and flying at the super speed, like again, like shoulder button, pop out. If you click that, if you hold it, you can go super. You can go at super speeds. You know what I'm saying? So that's taken care of. And double jump or whatever to fly. Double jump and hold it to X hold whatever. Maybe hold the X button or hold the jump button to fly, or hold or double jump. Yeah, maybe double jump. Anywho, doesn't matter. Either way you want to do it, both work. So we got that. We got the flying, the speed down. We got the punches. They automatically adjust. We got we got how the health works. Um, Now I'm not really exactly sure on the premise. Like, what is the meat and potatoes of this? Of this, I don't know. We'll work on that. I could probably do like punch kick combos, along with like if you're doing um super breath, you double tap the right trigger to super freeze. You know what I'm saying? And then switch over and click. You know what I'm saying? You can grapple. So yeah, maybe. And somebody was saying in the comments of the video that I watched that you can have stealth missions, not necessarily stealth missions, but Clark Kent missions, where I don't know, you have to like take down maybe I don't know, take down something or learn something as a reporter, because that's what he is. He is a reporter. You know what I'm saying? It's like to help you, solve the crime rather than just bulldozing your way in like a truck saying "Stop, criminal." You know what I'm saying? And I think they focus too much on something like that rather than actual giving us what makes Superman. Because sure, people want to lift trucks and chuck shit and blow stuff up with their laser eye beam, but what makes Superman? And that kind of also helps what makes a good story. So yeah, I can't think of like what exactly will help what will make a good story, but I think what would help would definitely be expanding outside Metropolis. Maybe even like I said with I think I was saying earlier with the Arkham series, make them kind of conjoined, just a little bit. They don't have to be intertwined, but like Superman's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? He's like looking on the TV when they unmask Batman. He's like, wow, they got Bruce, huh? You know what I'm saying? And then so and especially since if you played Arkham Knight, that Lex Luthor was trying to buy, either he was trying to buy Wayne Enterprises or something like that. So you kind of tie that in a little bit, especially since he has a building in the Arkham Knight video game. So yeah, I think you can tie that in there somewhere. But yeah, I think we solved the combat issue. He can grapple if you wanted to, but maybe some wrestler moves. Not really though. More just throws, punches, kicks, punches and kicks. Um, yeah, I think that will work. Yeah, if you guys have a good idea for a Superman video game story, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I think with the mechanics that we kind of hashed out right there, could give us your a good starting point. You know what I'm saying? But nah, but yeah, it could give us a good starting point on what to expect. Um, would you need to unlock anything? Because I know in the Batman series they unlock things, but like, do you really need to? No, not really. You don't really need to unlock anything. Because Superman always had his powers. It can be different segments though. Like if you had Lex Luthor in the Arkham game, and he had like, you know, I don't know, kryptonite gloves or something. You fight Superman, or it was he captured like Lois or something into a red sun room, and you had to fight some guys off. You know, I think something like that. I'm not entirely sure. It's not really like foolproof or whatever, but you got segments like that that'll make it quite interesting. But like I said, just normal open world flying around. There's no health bar. You just kind of doing it for the shiggles. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just I'm not entirely sure what what could be done about this open world aspect that people would be looking for, especially if we come from a uh, rock steady environment, which is kind of hard. That's the only thing that's kind of like weird, you know. It's like, how would you incorporate, stakes? It's like no point. It's like it'd be no point of doing the mission really. Like if you all you got was a little bit of experience, like there's no point. So I don't know. I don't know. Give me your thoughts on like a good Superman concept, especially for the open world and story wise. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys with this, and hope you guys are staying cool during this quarantine. Yeah, I've been doing pretty good, pretty good. It's good. Um, been working out every other day, trying to, what I'm saying, keep the fat off. Is it working? I don't know. I don't have a scale in here. I probably should, honestly. I probably should have a scale. Just to see. Like the last time I weighed myself, I was like 175 or something like that. Like for me, it was kind of embarrassing. It was like, Jesus Christ, dude, you're almost like one fucking 80, and I basically had to like jump up. I almost had to jump up an entire pant size, which was like so weird. Weird for me because I've always been a skinny dude, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Not like skinny, but I haven't had any heft. Um, Only when I started to actually work out a little bit, I actually gained some muscle. Um, like after I stopped growing, like after high school and all that other stuff, I was about 145. Yep, I stayed at 145 for a long time. And I started working out a little bit, and I jumped up to 155, and then I kind of stopped working out, and then I moved into an apartment by myself, and I started making, I wouldn't say more money than I should have. I started spending my money recklessly on like food and junk and stuff, and just started just eating and not exercising like I should have. So that that definitely added to me gaining weight like crazy. Not crazy, crazy. I only gained like 30 pounds, but about 30 pounds. But yeah, it definitely was like whoa. More like 25, but it's like yo, that's too much. So I think I lost it though. I think I lost it over the past. This has been over the past year and like a half or so. So yeah, I think I lost the weight because I'm fitting in my old pants again. Yeah, and the new pants that I bought, I wasn't fitting in them. They were still loose, but they were getting around to be kind of snug. So yeah, yeah. So I definitely get that I lost some weight. So I need to get back running again, but I don't know. I just hate running. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, my quarantine has been going pretty swell. I've been on Twitch. I don't know if you guys are interested in, watching me play Skyrim, but yeah, I've been playing Skyrim on Twitch. Sometimes I'll stream. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't have a normal streaming schedule, just like I don't have a normal podcast schedule. So I mean, I guess I probably could, but I'm not gonna keep up with it. So yeah, it's honestly whatever. And sometimes just thinking up of topics, just straight up, just like, oh, okay, this is a good topic to go on. Like, let's talk about this. And so yeah, going on with that is I don't know, little bit of a challenge, especially for like the hour that I want to talk about, the hour long I want to talk. But yeah, shoot. Oh yeah, streaming, right? Yeah, if you wanna, I don't know. See, it's useless to say follow me on Twitch. It's not like I stream regularly, so yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, if you follow my Twitter, you will know when I'm streaming. You know what I mean? I'll stream probably about maybe an hour or two. So you know, not too long, but long enough. Um, and just come in and say hi, talk about the game, talk about life or whatever. But yeah, hit me up on Twitter, um at G_P_podcast. Again, that's G_P_podcast. That's the hand. That's my Twitter and my Instagram. So hit me up on both. And mm, oh yeah, something else new. Just real quick. Yeah, I've been trying out different recipes, and one thing I did try out was peanut butter pancakes. Now, apparently people put peanut butter on top of the pancakes, which I don't do. I actually put the peanut butter inside the pancake, and it was interesting to say the least. It really just tasted like peanut butter, like straight up just peanut butter. And not saying it was bad. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I guess I thought I expected something different or something. Nope. Just straight peanut butter, which wasn't bad. It just wasn't that good either. But yeah, so after that fancy trip, but yeah, I don't know. I might experiment with that peanut butter pancake idea. But I'm trying to make some cookies one of these days instead of just buying them at the store. Definitely, probably a lot more healthier than all this processed sugar. Ugh, it's killing me. It's literally killing me. And oh yeah, another thing. I don't know. Keep thinking of all this shit. That I might have ADHD. Yeah. And, me and my mom went over a list. She has a master's in psychiatry or psychology, not psychiatry, psychology, and yeah, you know, I thought I might have been autistic for the longest. Like some points, a lot of, well, I don't want to say a lot, but some points didn't add up, but others definitely hit the nail on the head for me for when I was trying to figure out if I had autism or not. Like it was just like like 50-50 chance almost that I might have had autism, and turns out I might have ADHD. Because ADHD, the points that we hit with that, I hit every point. Not like the autism. Autism, I hit, I hit a bit of them. I hit all of them though. With the ADHD though, I hit every single one of them, and it was, it was like, this is scarily accurate. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, I might have to, definitely might have to try to cut back on the sugar. That'll definitely help with my inattentiveness and more of my memory. So I was looking up like how to help, improving memory because I've had memory problems for ever since I was a kid. But yeah, that'll definitely help. It's just so hard. It's just trying to like cut an addiction. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta stop. Basically, you know what I'm saying? You gotta stop. Like I know I'm not gonna be able to stop like cold turkey, but it'll definitely help if I stop, getting all these snacks of cookies and candies. I don't eat candy too often, but I eat it enough, where it's like, yo, dude, you ain't gotta get that. But I get it anyways because it's delicious. All right, and I get cookies anyways because they're delicious. And I don't need them. I don't need them at all. So, yeah, wish me luck on trying to stop this sugar journey. I'm not sure what making my own cookies will do, but yeah, I have been getting more fruit though. That's one thing I have been doing is getting more fruit to try to get at least more natural sugar in my body rather than, processed cookies and shit. And been looking into foods that help with memory. Supposed to be taking a fish oil supplement. Yeah, so the fish oil supplement to help my memory. And I've been forgetting to take the fish oil supplement to help with my memory. So yeah, there is that. But yeah, though, if you wanna subscribe, if not, cool, whatever. Hit me up on Twitter, G_P_podcast, Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, check out for more videos. Hopefully coming a little bit sooner. I think of a I gotta think of a topic though. Yeah, but if you have anything that you want me to talk about though, hit me up in the comments, Twitter or whatever, and I will get to them. So yeah. Oh, there is one thing. hopefully, I totally forgot about this. Goddamn memory problems. Uh, um, I was right. That was also a problem. Um, I was going to try to like see like if I was thrown back, because there was a question I had asked Illimane, my guest in the first episode. I asked him if you were thrown back in time, like 3,000 years, but you know you were granted immortality. You know what I'm saying? Would you? You know, the question was, if you didn't understand it, if you were granted immortality, but you were thrown back 3,000 years from now, would you accept the immortality? And I was saying, well, for me, yeah, I would. It's just the fact of would, you know what I'm saying, how I just me trying to know how to survive. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have all this modern shit that we have now. You know, I guess the main question is, do I get to take anything? And if not, you know, I gotta know how to, you know, make shelter and clean myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I have to worry too much about like brushing my teeth. Honestly, I don't. Like they may have had problems with gingivitis and all that stuff, but I don't think people had to worry too much about brushing their teeth because they might have been eating less sugar. You know, honestly, they might have been eating a lot less sugar than we are. So I believe that. So yeah. So I think other than soap and kind of, I wouldn't have to worry about brushing my teeth like we do now. You know what I'm saying? I only think it's a type of immortality because they're all like, yeah, you're immortal, but if I still continue to age, then what's the point? Be 3,000 years old and not able to do anything, or 3,000 years old, not aged today. I wouldn't have aged today, but I still would be missing arms and legs because I don't have a healing factor like Wolverine or anything like that. So I don't know. There's little details like that that's just kind of like, what kind of immortality am I getting? You know what I'm saying? Because most of the time, immortality comes with a clause, like you get enhanced strength, healing factor, invulnerability, something like that. You get something, you don't just like thrown out there into the wild, like, hope you live, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you get some caveat, something that give you a leg up. But yeah, I'm out. See y'all next time. GP out, motherfuckers.